Hi guys, welcome to part 6. Just want to show you the battery tray. So it's in place where it needs to go. Unfortunately, I cut too much off just there, so I'm going to have to put a piece back in. I did keep the piece that I cut out, so I'll just have to put that piece back in. A good thing about this, I'll be able to get it from the front and the back when I weld it. Obviously I've still got to clean it up just yet, but that's it in its place. I'll show you from under the bonnet. So just that tiny bit there where I've overcut the panel. Unfortunately, live and learn. So I'll put a piece back in from the rear side and then I can weld it from this side and that side. Yeah. So I'll get this out, start cleaning it all up, and then weld it in place. Okay guys, I had rain holding me back most of yesterday. Today doesn't look much better, to be honest. It's pretty grey. What I've done here is I've put that piece back in the side and just ground down the weld slightly. Now, one of the problems is obviously where the bulkhead meets the tray. Now from the factory this would have gone up and over, so literally all I'm going to do is put that piece in, and it's a bit awkward, so I'm going to do two pieces exactly like that. Put the first piece in, hammer it down, second piece in, hammer it down. The reason why I'm doing two pieces is that it's actually raised up here, so I want it to be a smaller piece so I can just manage that raised piece there. So the flat piece will go in there, and then I'll put a second piece in there. So that's my job now. Right, so I've put those two pieces in. I've ground off the top of this one, not fully, but I'll get it a bit more in a second. And the little piece there, so a little piece here, big piece here. And what I'll do is obviously just grind it down so it fits flush, because the battery tray's obviously got to sit on the top. What I'm going to do next is get some rust inhibitor on this bit of surface rust here and primer that. I'm going to primer all of this because the battery tray is going to be welded up here. So by primering all of this, letting it dry, I'll sit the battery tray on it. I'll score around the battery tray so I know which primer to take off. I'll let it dry for a few hours, run some errands, come back to it and weld the tray in. Yeah, I think this bit's really good. I'm quite happy with this, how this has come out. And obviously the beauty of this piece is as well, I can get it from under the wheel well and just weld it up from the underneath as well to make sure no dirt or water can get in, because obviously it's a susceptible place with the wheel going round. Yeah, happy. Okay guys, it's in. I'll tell you something, that was a hard job to do. So I've gone all the way around, you know, all the way around the outside, and on the inside as well, I'll show you. So that's the weld from the inside, you can see where it's come through, which I'll show you in a second. That's the top weld. So the top weld the tray to the body, and then I've sealed the overlap part as well. And I've gone all the way around again on the inside as well. So next plan, get it rubbed down, get some wet and dry on it, some 80 grit, rub it down, get some primer on it, blow it out with the airline, get some primer on it, and then some PU sealant all the way around, inside and out, and then paint it. I might even stone chip it, to be honest. That is not rusting again, because that was a hell of a job to do. It's taken me probably 3-4 hours, obviously, from when I put that piece in, cutting, trimming, welding, grinding, getting the bits I missed. That was a tough job. If anyone knows how much a garage would charge, let me know. Okay, it's been sealed all the way around. So I used some polyurethane sealant, tight seal, gone all the way around the outside wherever I welded, and then I've stone chipped over the top. So I've done the same for the inside. that's that. I'm going to get the front wheel off now and seal that little bit, that little area directly underneath the battery tray. You can just see it, I think, just there. So that's my next job. And that's the underneath done, all sealed in. I also sealed in the wing as well, just to stop any moisture, any water, any dirt. I'll get all these little bits another day when I've got the shocker off. Oh, that doesn't look too bad. But I got lowering springs anyway, well, lowering shockers, spacks to go on it, so they can come off, go in the shed for spares. That's it, and I'm calling it a day. I'll be back tomorrow. Okay, before I went to bed last night, you know, I sealed it, I stone chipped it, and then I got a bit of radiant red over the top just to protect it that little bit more. Haven't lacquered on the inside, not much point really, but I've lacquered under the bonnet, so I'll show you that in a second. But yeah, it's had etch primer, stone chip, radiant red top coat, PU sealant all the way around the outside. I'm quite happy the way it's come out, to be honest. So I just lacquered that this morning, so it's probably still a bit fresh, to be honest. It was only about an hour ago. Now I'm going to get onto the carpet. So it's a really nice day, so I'm going to get the carpet cleaned today. I'll show you what it looks like before and then we can compare it afterwards. So that's the carpet before. It's probably never been out. It is grim and grotty. I'm going to hit it with the hoover first. Then I'm going to get some carpet soap, massage it in, rinse it off, massage it in, rinse it off. Yeah. And then I'll hang it up and dry. It should be dry by the end of today, I reckon. It's had 2 washes. The first wash with this and the hose pipe, I just absolutely soaked it in, scrubbed it up using the brush. Shampoo for carpet cleaning machines, and then what I used was Daz, you know, like just for washing clothes. I think there's some fag burns. There's a fag burn there, but overall it's good. It's not rotten. Fingers crossed I don't have to do it again. Even on the second run, when I used the washing powder, all the dirt was still coming out of the driver's seat area. But I think it's all right. And the carpet is washed. It's now dry. It's not too bad. The worst area being that bit, but oh well, it can do. Yeah, I'm quite happy with that. It's not rotten. And I won't catch anything from it. Okay guys, with the carpet now washed and dried, I've started tidying the interior out. When I say interior, I mean the wires, and I drilled out those bolts. They drilled out alright, in all honesty. All but one, which is that far one there. As a safety precaution, I'm still going to put a nut on the bottom, a washer and a nut on the bottom. With the under carpet sound deadening, I've sealed it all back together, well, glued it back together. I used contact adhesive and like a sticky material. Yeah, it's come out alright, it's back in place, no one's going to see it. And the reason why I was so adamant was when I did the Escort GTI, I actually threw it away. It was so bad. And you can hear it, especially in the lower gears. You can hear the whine of the engine, the whine of the gearbox. So I had to have that back in. I've started tidying up little rust blemishes. Obviously it's not finished yet, but little rust blemishes under the seals. There was one on that side as well. I'll show you in a second. I'm going to try and find Stereo loom. Whatever they've done to this is unbelievable. I can't even describe that. So that's the stereo loom. I do have an RS Turbo loom and a Z-Tech loom in the shed, so I'm going to see what they've got. The RS Turbo loom is not much good, so I'll chop it off that if needs be. Yeah. So bolts drilled out all successfully. I'll show you this. Yeah, quite happy with those. But I will still put a nut and a washer on the underneath, just as a safety precaution. Yeah. I've decided to paint it. The paint's alright, it's perfectly acceptable, but with the amount of time and effort I've put into this car, I may as well get it right. And I'll never be able to match sort of little areas, not radiant red, not on a near 30-year-old car. Yeah. So there was a rust blemish down there as well. Only scab. Roof. I need a roof. I do have one on a Mark 6 that I might use if I can't find one. Interior's still proving problematic. Yeah. Time to tidy these wires up, guys. I'm going to leave this for part 6, I believe it is, and I'll be back in about a week and let you know how I get on. Thanks for watching, guys.